Yo, what is good, everyone? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another Bring on the Ports. Today we've got a Wii edition of this. I know you guys like this series that I've been doing, so if you want me to continue, please make sure you show the support. Go ahead and hit that like button and share the video if you can. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into this. So I've been doing this video series as far as Bring on the Ports, where I look at some of my favorite games on the Xbox 360 or Xbox platforms in particularly. But now we're actually going to branch things off. We're going to go into the Wii, and this is more in the line of probably not going to happen, because with the Wii you have to kind of remake things. The Xbox 360, Xbox One, obviously more modern architecture, already in HD. There are things that they can do to bring those over to the Nintendo Switch that are more likely, because we've been seeing that. However, with the Wii, we haven't really been seeing a lot of Wii ports come over to the Nintendo Switch, and that's probably not going to happen because of the amount of work that you have to do in order to do that. However, we are still seeing some PS2, original Xbox, and games like that being brought back. Recently, we got the Dot Hack series as far as that goes, so maybe we'll see more. So I'm just kind of setting a precedent as far as these games are probably not going to happen, but I'd still like to see them anyway, and they're obviously awesome games, and I just want to talk about some of the games that I really loved on the Wii. So let's go ahead and get into the first three here, guys. And remember, it's not like this is like my top three or it's in any order. Seriously, I have a whole treasure trove of Wii games that I would love to see come over to the Nintendo Switch, but for video reasons wise, like I can't talk about everything, but I'll definitely upload more of this series in terms of the Wii if you guys want me to talk about more games. Let's go ahead and get into this first game that I have is The Last Story. This is one of the most unique, ambitious, and best RPGs on the Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii did not get a lot of RPGs, like high quality ones. I think it got RPGs in general, but it didn't get a lot of high quality ones like Xenoblade and also like The Last Story. And I'm starting off with this game first. As far as The Last Story, obviously everyone's like, well, what about Xenoblade? Yes, that's something that I want to see, but we've seen a continuation of Xenoblade. We got Xenoblade Chronicles X, we're getting Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So for me, I wanted to talk about a game that was a little bit more unique in terms of what we're not getting, and that is The Last Story. This game really pushed the Wii. It was impressive for the tech that it was running on. It had online multiplayer for up to 6 players. You had 3-on-3 as far as taking on bosses and everything. It had a very unique and interesting storyline as far as the characters go. The graphics were very bold, very nice, vibrant in certain areas as far as the character designs and everything, and it was one of those games that had a combat system that was very unique to the JRPG. It had some shooting elements in there as far as third-person shooter. It had a cover system in the game as well, and the battling was just very different from what you'd expect on other systems, on other JRPGs, heck, anything really. So I'd really like to see The Last Story come back as far as a game. I think that it would do really well on the Nintendo Switch. This is one of those games, at least for Mistwalker, and I think you did it, Xseed? Yeah, Xseed. This was one of their most successful games at the time, pretty much their most successful game that they brought over. It sold over 500,000 copies on the Wii, and it was selling so well, they did a second print run of it. So it was selling well. They said, man, this is doing really good. Let's print more of them, and then those sold as well. So I would love to see The Last Story come over to Nintendo Switch. I think it would be a great game to play on the go in addition to on your TV, and of course they update the graphics and all that. Not like just a straight port. I would like to see some updated graphics and everything. It doesn't have to be like a crazy Shadow of the Colossus remake, and that's with any of these games, guys. Looks good on the modern TVs, update some textures and things like that. Alright, and moving into the next game here, we're going to be talking about Naruto Shippuden Genkato Ninja Taisen, or as many of us know it here in the States and in the Western territories, that is Naruto Clash of Ninja Revolution. This is probably the best Naruto fighting game out there. I know a lot of you guys are probably used to the Ultimate Ninja Storm series, and that to me is not necessarily like a real, like, it's a fighting game, you know. I'm not gonna say that it's not a real fighting game, but it's more of like a spectacle. It's more of an action game than anything else, because there's not really a lot of depth or like combo strategy in that game. It's just kind of like teleporting and like disappearing and reappearing and cutscenes. That's really what that game is about. It's about the single player spectacle and how good the battles look and what they do with the graphics and the animation and all of that. Now, if you want a fighting game with more depth as far as Naruto goes, then this is definitely your type of game. Naruto, Clash of Ninja, Revolution. This series was very popular on the GameCube and also on the Wii, and it did really well. There were a couple of them that sold over 1 million units. Takara Tomy at the time was publishing the game, and everything seemed fine. We got Naruto, Gekito Ninja Taisen, or Naruto Clash of Ninja games all the time, and the coolest thing about these games is that it was set up kind of like Tekken. It almost reminds me, this game, of like Pokken before Pokken, and not because you can transfer between like shifting as far as the 3D phase and then 2D phase, but just the game kind of like taking some elements that were from Tekken and then applying it to a super popular like anime franchise, you know, or something like that. So it does have that feel of like a Tekken game. Now, it's not as in-depth. There's not like the high, low, and mid and all of that, but it does move in a 3D plane as far as that goes. But it's 2D as far as like you line up 2D, but then you can sidestep 3D, and you can do moves that move you in 3D. So it's really cool. It has a lot of great combo strings, a lot of cool depth with each character. Like I said, it's just the right amount of depth in addition to easy pickup and play. Maybe there could have been a little bit more combo strings in there, but if you really master the combo system that they do have and what you can do as far as linking and chaining up and canceling and other things, it can be pretty cool. There are some cheap characters in the game, but overall I would love to see the franchise come back. I love the fighting elements in the game. It had online multiplayer, which was at the time super laggy because everyone was on Wi-Fi on the Wii. Everyone was on Wi-Fi, but when you did find that one match, it was really cool to battle it out. I had a ton of fun with this game. I always played the Japanese ones as far as Gekito Ninja Taisen. That was something that I always play, and that's the reason why I keep on saying that, because they would always come out in Japan way before we got them here in America. Like, it would take a long time before we got like the games. So I would just basically do the whole Play Asia thing and import, and then there were guides online as far as getting through the Japanese text and all that, but it was mainly just a fighting game, so you can just find out what you wanted to play. Me and my brother would play Gekito Ninja Taisen all the time, so yeah, had a lot of fun. But basically this franchise is probably not going to be coming back at all because Takara Tomy no longer does publishing for video games, and aiding the developers behind the game pretty much disbanded, or something happened to them. And also Bandai Namco has the exclusive license, from what I understand, to make Naruto games. So no more Rise of Ninja, no more Gekito Ninja Taisen, no more Clash of Ninja, whatever the case is. It's just Ultimate Ninja Storm and whatever Bandai Namco wants you to play, which is unfortunate. What do you guys think about Clash of Ninja Revolution? Would you like to see the game come back on the Nintendo Switch? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the last game here, and this is probably going to be a game that a lot of you guys want to see because I've heard you guys talk about it, and that is Red Steel 2. This was one of the most interesting, and I always say that interesting or unique games, but this game was super optimized for the Wii. It ran on a version of Unreal Engine. It was like Unreal Engine like 2.5 or something like that. It was 60 frames per second. There wasn't as many characters on screen, and there wasn't a lot of stuff going on in terms of like the towns and all that. It was kind of like in the old Western, but it was really cool. You had this dude right here, man. He had a really cool long jacket. You had a samurai sword, and you had a gun. And basically you comboed people up in first person. You comboed people up almost like Devil May Cry style. You can slash them up into the air, you can jump up, hit them with your gun, or hit them with your sword, or do combinations. You learn all different types of attacks as far as the combo system goes. It was a great game for the system that it was on, and I always wanted to see a Red Steel 3. But what I think Ubisoft can do, because this was a Ubisoft game, is that they can bring this back, make a complete remake of Red Steel, and add in some of the elements that were missing. Add in a complete online multiplayer. I think that would be good as far as that goes. Or even a co-op. I think even online co-op would have been nice. Online co-op probably would have been really cool because they have a challenge mode in this game, and if you can do that with a buddy to where you guys can go through and slash things up, almost like Devil May Cry style, I think that would have been really good for this style of game. It had an interesting story as well. It wasn't the best, but I think the gameplay is what reigned supreme. People really liked the fact that it was 60 frames per second on the Wii, to where you can use the Wii remote, and it had Wii Motion Plus functionality. So it was one of the first Wii Motion Plus functionality games. It might have been the first one outside of what Nintendo does. It might have been the first third-party game. I know like Wii Sports Resort, that had Wii Motion Plus maybe a year before. But either way, it was one of the first ones as far as that goes. And it was great, man. It was a core game out there for the gamers. I had a ton of fun. I played through and beat it twice. One on the regular difficulty, one on the harder one. I played through the challenge modes. It's a fantastic game. I even live streamed it on one of my older channels. So if they're able to bring back Red Steel for the Nintendo Switch, I think that would make a lot of fans happy. And if you look at it, guys, seriously, if you look at it with the Wii and the Nintendo Switch, those systems with the Joy-Cons, I mean, they could simulate some really cool stuff with Red Steel 2 in terms of the IR and, of course, motion controls for those who want it, but then you can also have those regular controls in there, which I don't think this game offered as far as regular controls. You had to play it motion. So what do you guys think about Red Steel as far as that potentially coming, or would you like to see that come to Nintendo Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. What do you guys want to see on the Nintendo Switch in terms of Wii games coming over? I would love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below. Make sure you check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon and YouTube live gaming page and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, emotes, and on my friends list as well in order to participate in PE, arena, and live streams. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.